Hello, YouTube. This is Ryan, aka the Habitual Line Stepper. I'm hoping this video has found you well. I hope that you're at peace, and if you're not at peace, I hope you are actively pursuing your peace. I know you're tired. I know you have tried and tried and tried and tried, and no matter what, it doesn't seem like things are working. It doesn't seem like you'll ever have enough money. It seems like you're always in a negative. It seems like you're always going to be wanting. You're trying in your relationship, you're trying at your job, you're just not seeing anything. You're not seeing any progress. You're tired. You feel beaten down. Everything is just bad. Flowers don't smell as fresh. The air isn't as clean. You're in this weird cycle of just turmoil. It gets so dark that you can't see your way out. You start doubting yourself, start doubting some choices that you made, start doubting your decisions, start thinking about, even though it's a bad situation prior, you think about going back to that situation. Because at least then, there was some kind of familiarity. But what you're dealing with now, you're basically in the dark. Nothing's growing. And I understand that. I've dealt with it. But I learned that you have to keep going. You have to keep going. Along the way, yes, your thinking may change, and you decide that there's certain things that you were pursuing that, you know what, maybe I need to tweak it a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that. But life has so many twists and turns to it. Keep going in the direction, trust your vision, trust what's going on around you, and see it for what it is. You have so many people who give up because the only thing they see is darkness, and they live in the moment that they're in. And you don't take the time to look and see what is possible, the dreams that you have, the goals that you have, the ideas that you have. You don't think about those. You just think about the moment that you're in and how it will never happen for you because no matter what I do, things just get worse. I'm telling you, I've done it. Keep moving in the direction that your goals, your dreams, your aspirations are. Keep thinking, keep moving, keep tweaking, keep grinding until you get that world that you have desired. I'm telling you, you are being tested. In this life, nothing worth having is easy. You're going to be tested. You're going to be betrayed. You're going to be lied to. This is why it's so important to trust and learn who you are as a person. Trust in yourself and believe in yourself. Because you're going to have people, even people close to you that you love, who are going to tell you what you cannot do or what the world is and your dreams and stuff. Oh, you just need to go ahead and do something else because your dreams and goals aren't important. Like I said, you may tweak things along the way, but that's called growth. That's called learning. Okay, but that doesn't mean that you stop and pursuing what you want to do. What's going to provide you with the life and the fulfillment that you want. You continue to go and grow. Because the alternative is basically to sit, wither, and fail. if you decide to quit pushing. You're going to settle for a life that you will never be happy with. You will never be satisfied with. Excuse me. And that's not any way to live. I see people where you can see it in their eyes, where you can tell that they're defeated, just hollow inside because they never realized the growth and the potential that they had in them. In this life, you have to have some real grit because it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle because once you get there, you have to fight to stay there. But the thing is, the battle becomes a lot less difficult when you are equipped in the knowledge of yourself and you have attained the dream or the goal that you want, and you build this record of, hey, I've dominated this before, I've done this before. Why can't I should be able to do this too? Because this was hard. If I could do this, I can definitely do this. It builds this confidence. Because like I said, life is going to beat you down. I look at it as a way for me to demonstrate how great I am. When initially, no, I did not have that kind of mentality because I felt like, it shouldn't be this hard. But it's hard for everybody. It's hard for everybody. In one facet of life or another, it's hard. You have to get determination. You have to get grit. And you have to focus on the things that you want, because I'm telling you, just when you're about to give up, just when you feel like, you know what, this is not worth it, that's when the breakthrough happens. You push, you go hard when you're tired. I'm telling you, I've had some situations in my life where I had worked a job and I'm seeing people come in and, just happy, living their lives and stuff like this while I'm out here grinding, trying to make a way in this world, good, solid, honest living. I'm just trying to make it. And, it seemed like everybody around me was winning. And that's the funny thing about the human mind, is that it builds the perception that's not necessarily true. Because when you're going through something, it appears that everybody else got it going on. And that's not true. Just like it's not true that you are losing. No, you're not losing. Only way you lose is if you quit. Other than that, you're in a process. And you learn to thrive in that process. You learn to grow in that process. And you grow stronger and you get better understanding. Because like I said, it's tough. It's tough. And most people cannot do that. Because they're too fixated on what's going on and the hurdles that are in front of them. You have to look past this and say, you know what, I know these things are coming to slow me down or stop me, but I'm going to make a conscious decision to keep pushing, keep pressing, and do the things I need to do to get to my goal. Like I said, I know what it's like to be tired. I know what it's like to work long hours. I know what it's like, not to have a relationship that was, beneficial to you. I understand that. But like I said, with your efforts, come wisdom, come growth. And you have to understand that friction is necessary in this life. Pain is necessary in this life. It gauges you. It lets you know how close you are. It lets you know what's in you. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep grinding. You become smarter. Whereas you're going through this obstacle, on this obstacle course that you're trying to get through to get to your goals. You become wiser, you become more efficient, and you think of your thought patterns change, and you decide, you know what, this is an easier way to traverse this. This is a smarter way to get through this, and it's sharpening your skills. Like I said, how do you think fine blades are made? Constant friction, sharpening it all the way around. It just doesn't fall out. Iron ore just doesn't fall out, and become, a sword. No, they have to do stuff to it. They have to add stuff to it. They have to extract stuff from it. They have to heat it. They gotta hammer it. They gotta have friction so they can sharpen it. Nothing is, and you are that ore. You're that iron. They're sharpening it. Your enemies are sharpening it. Your obstacles are sharpening it. You have to understand when you're going through it, it's just another swipe of a stone against that metal. Iron against iron. Just stroking it. Just smoothing it out, making it more iron, tearing off the pieces, that aren't any benefit to it. Sharpening it. And by the time you get through that obstacle course, by the time you get through that friction, you will be sharpened. You will be something to be reckoned with. That's what you keep in mind when you're going through stuff. That's when you're dark and you're tired, you feel like what you're doing means nothing. It all means something. Like I said, when you're sharpening that iron and those little pieces of shavings come off, that's your progress. You're thinking, oh well, it's not doing anything. It's just I don't see it. Each time those shavings come off, you're getting sharper and sharper and sharper. And once you become that fine edged blade, you'll be able to cut through all the BS. You'll be able to do so much with your life because you would have developed a sense of self. It's not the end where you reach the goal where the growth is. What fortifies you, what strengthens you. It's that crap that you go through in the middle. That stuff. That's what sharpens you. So when you get to your goal, when you finally get there, it's hard for somebody to take it from you. Because you're not the same person that you were at the beginning of your journey. Now you're a totally different person. Now you're the kind of person with some strength, some confidence, some understanding, some knowledge, some grit, stronger, smarter, more agile. These things are all benefits of the struggle, pushing past it. I'm telling you, when you develop that ability to push past, even though you're tired, you'll be surprised how many people who you perceived as being ahead of you, and when you're looking at them through the rearview mirror, you'll see how much further you are actually ahead of them. Because most people will not be able to handle or have the ability to push past being tired. Most people can't do it. Most people give into that tired, and they're like, "It's just not worth it. I'm not going to do it." It's because they didn't have that grit. They didn't want that bad enough. And like I said, you tweak your dreams. You may decide along the way, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that instead, or that in addition to. Because you're acquiring knowledge in this process. You're acquiring some things you don't know. When you're on your way to your goal or what you want to do, it's not always, do A, B, C, and D. Sometimes it's A, D, F, K. You don't have all those in betweens. But along the way, you learn to fill those in because you're acquiring, again, knowledge. So I'm saying this. I know you're tired. I know you want to give up. Focus on what you can do. Focus on your goals. give yourself props for what you have done so far. Because when we are in this process, we fail to realize how far we've gone. Even though we may just be in the middle of it, you still have a lot behind you that you have accomplished that should not be taken lightly. You have done a lot up until this point, and you need to give yourself the respect and the credit that's due. You may still have a lot more to go, but where you've gotten so far means something. So don't give up on what you want to do, because if it's easy, everybody would be doing it. Stay the course, stay solid, and continue to pursue the things that are going to enhance your life and make you a better person and make your world better. So with that being said, if you got anything from this video, please like, share, subscribe. Stay the course. Pursue your peace. If you're not at peace, please pursue your peace with everything that you got. Let's get it.